Hey, how you doing? My name's Betty. It's my channel, Navigating Betty, and I've been feeling like a failure lately. Excuse me, it's really hot. I don't have central air, and I have 3 air conditioners, and it's Texas. What can you do? But I just spent the day trying to dismantle this shed that I have on my property, and just ran out of steam, took a shower, did my laundry, and then here we are. I just wanted to touch base though, say hi, how are you doing? How have you been lately in this world of ours? I've been doing okay, sort of. I work for the state of Texas. I'm a benefits counselor, and I'm a remote worker in March. In March, the Texas legislature recalled all the remote workers. So we've been in kind of limbo, and I say we because there's like 100 of us benefit counselors, and we're all remote, hired that way. So we were waiting to see, will we be recalled to our office, which would be hard for me because I live like 2 hours away from the main office in Austin. I live in Waco. And I think I've just been sort of waiting for the other shoe to drop. I haven't been doing much of anything. I've been watching TV and drinking bourbon. For those of you who are new, if there's anybody new, I started this channel October 2021, and I did it because my life was in the toilet. I mean, I was bankrupt in every single way. All my fault. Every single facet of my world at the time that I was at my lowest could be followed back to a decision that I personally made. So everything in my trash heap of a life was my fault, my doing, and I completely own that. And I created this channel to document my progress from here to there. And I sold my condo. I had a condo in Austin, sold it just 1 month before the bank foreclosed on me. My house was in forbearance for 11 months. My AC was broken down, my car was broken down, I didn't have a job, I had no savings, investments, retirements. Oh gosh, I had just gotten a divorce. They were going to cut off my electricity at one point, and I couldn't sell my condo until I made repairs, and then even when I made repairs, I couldn't sell it because the HOA was in a lawsuit with the builder. But everything worked out. I did make repairs. Once I made the repairs, the settlement got done, and it just so happened that a neighbor of mine was selling his tricked out beautiful condo, and he sold it for like $40,000 more than I eventually got for mine. But because he sold it so high, that made the property value higher for mine, which was very advantageous to me. And I bought cash a house in Waco, which is as close as I could get to Austin, because my sister and my nephew still live there, as I possibly could. But it needed so much work, and I'm talking like the big work: leveling, rewiring, insulation, all the doors, all the windows replaced. And I ran out of money. I bought the house in February 2022, and I ran out of money in May, and I was living in my van in between then and now. I mean, in between the time that I got here and whenever I got to move in with all the remodeling. And once I got to move in, it took me another 8 months, 7 to 8 months to find a job, a real job. Like, I applied everywhere too, everywhere. I got turned down for cashier positions. And I could not find a job, but finally I did get a job, and it just so happened to be with the best paying position with the best benefits that I even dared to apply for. Back in Austin, whenever I was just spiraling downward, I had been applying to everywhere, and I applied to this one position that I have now and didn't get it. But as things worked out, had I gotten it in Austin, I could have maybe kept hold of my condo. However, I would not have been able to do what I'm doing now. Since I'm working for the state of Texas, I used to work for UT Austin, and I cashed out my retirement. Never do that, by the way, but I cashed out my retirement of over 12 years. And if you go back to work with another government, any kind of city, state, county government, at least in Texas, then you're given the opportunity to purchase back your years of service. So because I bought this house outright cash and don't have a mortgage, I can embark upon purchasing my years of service back to the tune of maybe $1,300 a month, which I can barely afford. However, had I gotten the job in Austin, there's no way at all. No way at all. I could have afforded to pay my mortgage, my HOA, my phone, my car insurance, electricity, water, Wi-Fi, pet food, and still purchase my years of service back. So no matter what happens now, whether I get laid off, whether I keep my job, I am going to have a retirement. So I've been feeling a lot like a loser because all I've been doing is just sitting around the house and watching TV, not really motivated to do anything because I think, I'm going to get laid off. Sorry. But we just got word this month that probably not, because we were all hired as remote workers, so probably not. And for just a split second, I was disappointed. And I'll tell you why. Because I started this channel to document my progress from here to there. And I had run out of the big things. Like now, what I'm doing, for the most part, is maintenance. I'm maintaining. And I've got a I feel very lucky to have my life. I feel very lucky. I almost have survivor guilt. That's exactly the word that came to me. I almost have survivor guilt because I know that times are tough for everybody. And my sister has 2 jobs. A friend of mine, she's a kindergarten teacher and she doesn't have any money to do anything. I have very successful, brilliant, intelligent people as friends, and they are struggling. They have these high prestige demanding positions and they are struggling. And here I am, one of the biggest failures. I'm the friend that makes you feel good about your life because there's always something wrong. No, that's who I am. I'm not putting myself down. I know exactly who and what I am. I am that person that's always, oh my God, always gets herself into something and then is surprised. Like, oh my God, I don't know how this happened. Well, because you make dumb decisions. So it was a really, a very eye-opening moment when we were told that, yeah, probably we'll keep the position. There may be some changes, but probably we'll keep our jobs. That I was just slightly disappointed that I wasn't going to have to uproot myself, remake my life, and make the major changes, do the major cuts, find somewhere else to live. Just really big and the desperate situation, because that's what I'm used to. I'm used to desperate situations. How else do you think that I keep on creating these desperate situations for myself? I am a wartime gal, and peacetime puzzles me. I don't have any urgency. There's no chaos. There's not a crisis. Nothing is life or death. And I realized that all this drinking bourbon and watching TV, it's sort of like what's the word? Lack of curiosity, laziness. Just not to say that bourbon and watching TV is bad. I love TV, love TV. But I use it in a way that I prioritize it. And maybe it has to do with the fact that I used to have dogs. They've all passed away now. But for almost 17 years, my life felt like not my own. I would get up, walk my dogs, go to work, come home, walk my dogs. Right before sleep, quick little walk around again, and then go to sleep, which was good. It was a routine. It was stabilizing for me because my life was crazy before that. But I didn't really embark on any adventure or any endeavors, any real endeavors that needed focus, because my dogs were my priority. You know, I couldn't go over here because no, I gotta go home, walk my dogs. Saturday mornings, Sunday mornings, no. Go out of town, no, I can't. I have to walk my dogs. I had become part of a group, volunteer. No, I can't. And I think that was problematic on my side. I think I could have handled some volunteering. I could have, but I do this thing where I cannot focus on one thing, more than one thing at the same time. And the funny thing is that I know I can. I just don't make it a priority. So, and I can't be too hard on myself, because then I just get discouraged by myself, my own self-talk. So, going forward, I want to see how many things I can change. I mean, I don't have any friends in Waco. I have friends, I have family, they're just not in Waco. And I have a lot of endeavors that I want to get to. I want to join clubs. I want to volunteer. I want to go to this independent movie festival that Waco has in July. I want to do 5Ks. I mean, even if I'm walking, I want to do 5Ks. So I think I've had my adjustment time. My doggy just passed away in January. I've been grieving. I think I've had my adjustment time. Now, if I can just hold on to my job, that will be good. And I post a lot of videos about doing things around the house, because I have to do things around the house. I still don't have a stove or sink, cabinets or counters. My bathroom still is not tiled. I don't have flooring. I want to get a fence. There's so many things, and I thought I had time, and maybe I do. I hope I do. But if you're feeling like a failure, don't be too hard on yourself, because sometimes maybe you can take it as an opportunity to find something better, land somewhere softer for yourself. Anyway, I just thought I'd pop in, say hi, hope you're doing okay, and yeah, if you've been hanging out, thanks so much, and I will see you soon. Bye.